I.A.G Farms, all about God. Out on the farm again today. Just taking a little walk around, looking at things. We just got done doing farm chores. And I'm walking around back here on this high ground back in the back, kind of the back of our property. And our property is about, it's like 5 acres on the survey that we got done. But, you know, in surface area, because it's pretty hilly, our property is about 8 acres, maybe 6, 7 acres, something like that, because of the hills and surface area. But I'm back here on the back side now, walking around on our build site. Back here in the back, we got a little section separated off outside of our fencing section. This is the section over here. You can see some of our poles that we got going in that we're doing for our fencing. And I got a couple of videos that I still have to post about, you know, working on this fencing project. But you can see behind me, we got a bunch of posts going in all the way down that line. And then we got like a little path, little side-by-side trail going down through here, right up against the fence line. And then behind me, that's gonna be our build site over there. It's a beautiful location. And we looking forward to building back here. You know, our goal is to eventually move down here and live on the farm full time. But it's hard for us to say full time though, because, you know, we're really missionaries. You know, my wife and I, we you know, we're dedicated to serving the Lord. And so, you know, everything that we do is based off what he tells us to do that day. You know, we just pray that he give us our daily bread. And so, you know, it's really hard for me to say living there full time, because, you know, we have a ministry in the city as well. And we do a lot of ministry work in the city every week, you know, consistently. It's not just a Sunday type thing for us. But yeah, the Lord is leading us to build down here. And we don't know. We may start off with a mobile home, you know, a double wide mobile home, or we may just go ahead and start building our cabin. But that's our goal, is to have a small cabin down here on the farm. And this is the location where we're thinking about building it, because we're thinking about if we do a mobile home to put it in this section right here. And then I'm gonna turn you around and let you see our cabin build site. So if we do a mobile home, we're thinking about kind of putting it in this section right here. It's nice and flat. And you know, if we put the mobile home here, we will leave room down here in this section down here for our cabin, because we're definitely gonna build a cabin eventually. But you know, right now we might want to get a mobile home down here quickly and go ahead and move down here so we can, you know, do things with the farm and grow the farm like we have a vision for, because we got a lot of things planned, you know, in these next couple of years, as far as the farm, getting cows, putting up fence, you know, having a milking operation, and having a chicken and poultry operation where we raise and pasture raise poultry. So we got a lot of things that we need to do, where we need to be down here, you know, early in the morning, and, you know, we'll be able to drive to the city, because the city, the things we do in the city, we only minister in the city on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And we have a clothing ministry in the city where we give out clothes, food, water, and clothing. And we kind of slowed that down a little bit so that we can spend more time on the farm. So we're in the city, you know, we need to be in the city 3 days a week. And we need to be on the farm every day, you know, like, so we live in the city right now because we sold the camper. And we moved back to the city because we were living full time in the camper. But we ended up moving back to the city because we sold the camper. And we're going to use those funds from that camper sale to work towards getting a mobile home or start building our cabin down here. But this is the site where we're gonna build it at. Like I said, back there in the back by that tree right there. That's why I was talking about putting the mobile home at. And then you can see this nice flat section back here. You know, this is our cabin build site. And so just to give you perspective, the fence that we're building starts right here. And then it shoots all the way down our property. And it's gonna go all the way, let me walk over here. And this fenced off section is gonna go all the way down to about the pond, where the pond is at. And this little section right here is gonna kind of be the handling section, you know, where we like have feeders and our waters and all those type things. And then right behind here, in this section over here, will be our cabin site, you know, so we'll be able to come out on the front porch, sit down, drink coffee, you know, and look out and see the animals here. And we'll be able to just walk off the front porch, check on the animals, you know, throw some scraps out, things like that. And but yeah, so And then with the cabin, if we decide to build a cabin right here first, then we'll have a garden and things like that out in that open section where I told you the mobile home site might be it. But if we do the mobile home down there, then we might use this flat section here for a garden site. But we'll see. We'll see. We haven't got everything figured out yet. We're still trying to figure it all out. And right down this hill is where we have our pen, our 4,000 square feet pen. We call it a hog pen, but it's really for, you know, whatever animals need to be in there at that time, because we have a let's see if I can get it on camera. Yeah, there you go. We have a little mini barn down there that has 4 stalls in it. And then we also have some corrals and things like that down here as well. But yeah, just walking around today, you know, just enjoying this nice fall weather. You know, spending some time with the Lord, just taking a walk. You know, sometimes you just have to you know, quiet down and take a walk with the Lord, you know, and let him lead you and let him speak to you, you know, because that's why we love the country so much. It's because you can get in just the peace and quiet, and you don't hear sirens blazing all the time, and you know, it's not a whole lot of distractions. Everything is simple down here. You know, me and my wife, we've noticed that, you know, we're more tranquil in marriage, even when we're in the country. You know, we argue a whole lot more, you know, when we're in the city, you know, but it's just a thing where being in the city just produces more stress. It's just more hustle and bustle, the rat race. And you have to go here and go there and do everything fast. Fast food, it's just like a microwave type environment. Everything has to be fast and quick. You know, you get stuck in traffic and you get upset. You know, you start fussing and cussing and things like that. But in the city, everything is just slow. You know, you end up, you know, you can have a conversation with your neighbor for hours and hours and hours, and you might have had the intention to do some work or things like that. But you know, you get to talking to your neighbor, and you know, you just forget about the work. Say, I'll do it another day. But look at this. Look at this. Let me turn you around. See, this type of stuff that you see in the country as you take a walk. You know, my neighbor's horses over here. The neighbors on both sides have horses, and Gideon's not allowed to chase those horses because they don't come over here. But yeah, this type of stuff that you see, you know, when you're in the country just taking a walk, it's just peaceful, quiet, not a whole lot of noise. Only thing I can hear is just the birds chirping and the boys playing in the background. And I'm able to just walk around and spend time with the Lord. Old Gideon just walking around, he loves it down here. Gideon can't stand it in the city, like, cause he be in a little bit of the backyard and he really don't like it. He just sit in the doghouse the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, it's just a whole lot more tranquility down here, a whole lot more peace. You know, because there are different levels of peace. You know, because if we talk about biblical peace, you know, there's the Old Testament word shalom, which means peace, and then there's a New Testament Greek word irene, which means peace as well. And that Old Testament word for peace, shalom, it means the absence of disturbance. It means that you have total peace, total tranquility. Like this is more of a feeling. But the New Testament peace is more of, instead of being the absence of disturbance, because there may be disturbances, you know, but you know, we have to learn, like with that irony word, that New Testament form of peace, to have peace in the midst of disturbances. You know, so there are different levels of peace, you know, because what I'm experiencing right now, walking around this environment, that's shalom, you know, the absence of disturbance. But when I go back to the city, I don't lose my peace, you know, because my peace, or that irony, that Greek word irony that means peace in the New Testament, it means to be one with God. It means to be whole. It means that I'm complete. You know, I'm lacking nothing, perfect, complete, and lacking nothing. You know, so, you know, like I said, it's different levels of peace. And we have to learn how to embrace both, you know, because moving to the country is not going to give us complete peace. The only thing that gives us complete peace is being in union and fellowship with Christ. So that's important to understand, you know, that moving to the country is not going to save you. The only thing that can save you, the only thing that can fill that void is Jesus. Because me and my wife, we argue as well, you know, down in the country. You know, we've had some knockdown, drag out arguments down here. You know, so that just because we're in the country, that don't mean that we don't argue at all. But we're more relaxed, you know, everything is more simple. So we don't argue as much. But if we don't have that peace, you know, that surpasses our understanding, even when we're going through trouble, you know, we can still have peace. If we don't have that kind of peace, you know, we're gonna fail every time. So, yep, just enjoying this walk, looking at some of the things the Lord has done. Like I said, we got fence right there, fence poles. We got about 5 more poles to put in, and then we'll start stretching some fence. Got the silver pasture over here, as you can see. We got a section where we had the pigs at over here, and I may, once those little small little guinea hogs that you see on the videos, the ones I call wieners, once they get big enough, I may get this fence put back up, and get it energized and put them in this silver pasture. But I'm really waiting until I get my perimeter fence completed to put in the pigs back on pasture, because, you know, they do get out, and I don't want the pigs to get out and you know, be in the neighbor's yard or be all the way down the road. We had some pigs get out one time. That's why we named Moses, because Moses got out one time and, you know, led the captives, set the captives free. He led all the pigs free, and they were like a mile down the road, and we had to like bring them all the way back down the road. I had one neighbor behind me, and my wife, she was in front of me, and they both had their blinkers on, and I was shaking the bucket, you know, getting the pigs to follow me, and I had to get them to follow me all the way back down here, because we didn't have a cattle haul at that time. Yeah. But yeah, I just want you to think about that though. Like, you know, as I take this walk and as you watch this video, just think about peace. You know, think about, is there something that you're lacking? And think about your perspective of peace. Like what is peace to you? What does peace mean to you? Like, is peace something that the world can give you, or is peace something that only God can give you? Like, what's your perspective of peace? You know, are you looking for peace, meaning the absence of disturbance? Or are you looking for peace, meaning even if there are disturbances, I still have it. I still have this tranquility. I still have purpose. I still have meaning. I still know who I am no matter what's going on. You know, and that's what the Lord's trying to give us. You know, He wants us to have a rest. He wants us to have tranquility and peace in the sense of absence of disturbance. But He also wants us to, like, no matter what's going on, to still have that level of peace and of tranquility as well. You know, it's just like David said. You know, David said, you know, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You know, in a certain point of our lives, you know, the Lord, He will deliver us from a situation. But once we get to a certain point in our faith, you know, in our devotion to Christ, and we move from being babes to being mature believers, the Lord no longer just delivers us from situations, but He gives us the power to walk through those situations. And that's that perfect peace, you know, because Jesus is the Prince of Peace, and He gives us peace if we allow Him to. Yep. But I just made a full circle around this build site back here. I'm back on the cabin site again, and just looking out, trying to determine which route I want to take, you know, because that's my main duty. I always tell my wife, is to be a visionary in this family, to lead this family in vision, you know, because I don't just want my wife just to submit to me, but I want to submit to her as well. You know, so we in this together. You know, it's no big I's and little U's in this covenant. You know, we're on the same level, and we're just trying to be pleasing to the Lord. Get that old bird up there, old fish eating birds. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get the vision for what we should do first out here. If we should build a mobile home, or we should pull in a mobile home. And I'm thinking about getting one brand new. I thought about getting one used, but it's so expensive to get them moved. I'm thinking about going to the lot, to mobile home lot, and just buying one from there and get them to set it up and do all those things, and then have it set up to where later on down the line we can build a cabin and, you know, sell the mobile home, or move it to the top of the property or something. Maybe one of the boys can stay in it, because, you know, like I said, the property is pretty long, so, you know, they could be way up there, you know, living in it, and then we could be way down here, and we wouldn't even have to see each other. Yeah. But y'all let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about that? Do y'all think we should, you know, do a mobile home first and kind of ease into the cabin? Because we're thinking about doing most of the cabin ourselves, and I think that'll be some good video content of us building the cabin. And or do you think that we should go ahead and go and break ground on doing the cabin down here first? Y'all just leave some comments. Let me know what y'all think, and y'all just be praying for us. You know, because you know, money is not the main thing that we need. You know, the main things that we need are prayer and wisdom. You know, so just like Solomon, you know, Lord, You know, told him anything you ask for, I give you. And Solomon had the understanding that wisdom was the principal thing, and he needed wisdom above anything else. So I just need wisdom above everything else. But yep, it's I.A.G Farms, all about God. We're gonna go and get on up out of here. We'll see y'all in the next one.